Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it. So stuck, man. Yeah. To the gang, man.
They know me in DC, they know me in VA. You know I got shot out the DMV. Zaza Genetics, New Jersey.
Yo, he's just going live on YouTube right now.
What up, gang?
Stuff under the zone, I didn't see this shit.
What up?
What up, gang? How was everybody's holiday, man? Bearded, T. Pandra, Panero, John Lindsay. What up, gang? Shit a lot. Let's get some people in here, man. Y'all roll up. I'm still hearing fireworks. Let's get some people in here. QCE The Podcast, episode, I believe it's episode 14. Observer, Curly. The gang is in the building. Rasta man, what up? Yam, what up? What's good, gang? Oof. What's good, gang? Episode 14. I got the gang with me. Where y'all at, man? Move over here. I feel like I'm out of scene. What's up, man? How was everybody's holiday, man? T. Pandra, thank you for joining membership, man. Much love. Greg Dwayne, what up? Fireworks finally stopped around 6 a.m. this morning. They still going over here, man. T. Pandra, thank you for joining up, man. How was everybody's holiday? Everybody had a good time with family? Y'all seen fireworks? Let's talk about it. Mozart, Amitabha, what up? Everybody pop out, man. This QCE The Podcast. We live, man. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all catch our live lecture each Wednesday. Each Wednesday we do a live lecture for Breeder University. Right now we're doing Cultivation 101, so all grow knowledge. Take advantage, if you want to join up and watch the live course and eventually pop out July 14th in the Discord if you were invited. Before Earth, what up? If you were invited and approved as a student, drop by July 14th, student orientation. Make sure you get all your questions answered. I see a lot of people, how much it's going to cost? Be there July 14th, man. Much love, man. I hope everybody had a good holiday, man. Everybody had a long weekend. We got a long weekend. We're still going, you feel me? Still going. So, that's good, We're going to get into some cannabis news like we always do about this time, Let some people roll in here. Make sure y'all share the live, man. We only got 21 in here, man. Let's get the people in here. 703. I don't know where 703 at. Maybe he out. Grant Dwayne with the super chat. Much love, Grant. Thank you for always supporting, man. Thank you for always representing QCE and Team Zaza, man. Much love to the gang, man. Grant Dwayne all the way out there in New Zealand, man, running that Molotov Mac right now. Boom, he has some good updates. Always got some good updates for me, hitting me, keeping me posted on how the Molotov babies are doing. They had good germination. I think 100% germination rates. Like 24 hours. I don't know. You got to ask Grant, but I think from what I remember, because a couple people did hit me back, telling me, excited about the germination rates. And, so far, so good, man. I'm excited too. Everybody running the Molotov Mac. If you don't got a pack, man, everything on the website is 50% off right now, man. All gear, so take advantage of that. Grab you some packs or a pack while everything is 50% off until Monday, man. Let's get into some cannabis news. More backs off proposed Catonsville cannabis incubator. State says state will find a new site. Governor Wes Moore said the state will find a new location for its planned $7 million cannabis incubator project. After local opposition in the original choice at the Maryland National Guards in Catonsville, I guess the National Guard's Armory in Catonsville. In a statement Wednesday, Moore said that after further review of the project, he decided that the state should explore new options for the incubator's location. The three agencies leading the project, the Maryland Cannabis Administration, the Department of General Services, and the Maryland Economic Department and Corporation, will immediately begin a new search process to find potential sites. As part of their new site review, have instructed the agencies to identify locations that are not within close proximity to residential communities and schools, Moore wrote. The agencies will begin this new process immediately, conduct extensive community and stakeholder engagement, and work quickly to move the project forward. The announcement comes after the incubator's planned location drew opposition in the recent weeks from some local residents because the site is a residential area and close to nearby elementary school, a temple, and daycare center. What the hell is an incubator? Homie Grows, what up? Much love, gang. Thank you for rocking. Thank you for rocking with us. Make sure y'all sharing the live, getting people in the stream. This is QCE The Podcast. I believe we're on episode 14. If not, that's what we're gonna run with. I'm pretty sure. Yo, y'all got any knowledge on that? What is a cannabis incubator? And why is the state why is the government trying to spend $7 million on a cannabis incubator project? What is a cannabis incubator? Let's find out, dog. I need to find out. A cannabis incubator is a business or organization that supports startups and early stage. Okay, got you. So it's sort of like it's sort of like a business umbrella, like a foundation for startup businesses and companies to get going. So builds out the infrastructure for cannabis businesses, basically. So that's interesting, man. Wow. Incubator is what they call it. Wow. Cool, man. So they said they changed it. They don't want that, and the locals said they don't want it. It's too close to the schools. I mean, that's interesting, man. Cannabis is big business, dude. It's big business, man. Oh, man. Listen, let me tell you some crazy news. In the New York Post, space capsule carrying ashes of 166 people and cannabis seeds lost after crashing into the Pacific Ocean. A space capsule carrying the ashes of more than 160 people and a stash of cannabis seeds was lost when it crashed in the Pacific Ocean after 2 orbits around the Earth. The exploration company, TEC, a German startup, launched the NYX capsules mission possible on June 23rd. Its precious cargo included the remains of 166 people whose ashes were sent into orbit through Celidus, a Texas-based space burial company. Bro, people getting buried in space, bro. While the departed souls had smooth sailing for 2 successful orbits around Earth, an anomaly occurred and the vehicle was lost shortly after re-entry. The Celidus co-founder and CEO Charles Schaefer wrote, the root cause is under investigation, resulting in the NYX's capsule impacting the Pacific Ocean and dispersing its contents into the sea. As a result, this unforeseen event, we believe that we would not be able to recover or return the flight capsules on board. Wow. So here's a photo. Here's a photo. I just got to share this because I'll share the entire screen that we look at. Here's a photo of the capsule, the little shuttle. And it had dead people that was supposed to be buried in space and some weed seeds. We educate on pollen checking, but that's not the topic. Uh-oh, who said that? Well, Joe, I mean, so we got to so there's let's make sure we understand the difference. In order to be a pollen checker is somebody who is looking to profit, right? They're looking to profit and make money off of the seeds, right? They're not really in it for the good reasons of breeding. So that's what really makes a person a pollen checker. Somebody who's at home practicing to become a breeder, they still need to do it, right? They still need to try and get their hands on experience. So if you're not doing it for profit at that level, then it's not pollen checking, right? You just kind of, as long as you're pursuing your education and learning more and more along the way, then yeah, it's only pollen checking if you're looking to make money and sell it. So to answer your question, nah, you're not a pollen chucker if you're not selling the seeds. Nah. I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying, Observer. Why are we launching dead people and weed seeds into space? Instead of like the seeds is gonna be buried, I guess, into some sort of space burial company. That's wild, bro. Like people just be doing the most, bro. I just don't get it. They be doing the most. All right, let's go back to our news. That was wild, man. Yo, so what? Bob Gnarly, what up, Bob? King Mike, what up? Yeah, that's it, Joe. You definitely, absolutely, man. And you get to learn, man. Make your own seeds and get to learn. You get your hands-on experience. You get to practice. You know, But learn as you go. Learn as you and work with your seeds, man. You know, create stuff to. You know, one thing about I don't tell people to, because you rarely ever get a chance to create stuff to smoke with when you learning. This breeding thing is so much stress testing and so much, you know, nothing is really ever smoke quality, right? Because I'm putting it through so much strenuous environmental pressures, man. It's just nothing ever really is smoke quality. Rarely ever do I just grow something to smoke it, man. Nah, because it's always something to do. It's always a project. If I find something that's really good, it's always. But then there are those moments in between, right? You get those moments where you finally need to see if what you working towards is working, right? You need to, whether it be a terpene profile, you know, have I fixed it, right? So then you may need to grow the plant out, you know. So you get those moments, but in most cases, I'm just stress testing and beating plants up to where they have a very low chance of survival in my environments, man. I just had a runner-up best bud in Australia with my strain Cricky last weekend. Congratulations, man. Nice job, man. Yeah, my brother SK Strain Keepers is out there and one of the leaders in Team Zaza. So he is looking to he recently just got his hands on our strains, the Molotov Mac and the Dead Ops and a whole bunch of other stuff that you know, we got in the background. So he'll be bringing some stuff to y'all guys out there in Australia soon as well. So much love to Australia, man. I like the mystery. Yeah, I'll be working on Red Dead again soon. It's never a stop. I'm still working on Dead Ops, man. You know, I'm still working on Dead Ops. It never stops, man. Never stops. Mr. West, what up? Mr. West is in the building. Freaky like the Steve Irwin saying. Frost Kings, what up? Humless. I can't pronounce that one. Y'all get up in here, man. We're doing the cannabis news right now. This QCE The Podcast, quality, community, and education. For the last several years, we've been bringing quality to this community through education, man. So much love for y'all for being a part of that journey. And let's kick off some more cannabis news, man. A new study published in the medical journal Heart is raising concerns about marijuana. So actually, we've been seeing a lot of this, and I've been doing. I actually did a paper. I did a paper because I'm in school too. I'm a full-time student, and I just did a paper on the whole argument of for and against. Pretty long paper, so probably, you know, it's probably boring. Y'all don't want me to bring that up. But if you are available, make sure you join Wednesdays, 9 p.m. QCE. I said QCE. Breeder University is live with coursework, weekly modules, live lectures on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Discord auditorium. So make sure you join. All right, yeah, let's get some news in New Jersey. New Jersey got some cannabis news we could chat on. New Jersey officials are now accepting marijuana consumption lounge applications from all dispensaries. I mean, that's not surprising. I mean, it's something that, you know, New Jersey is one of those states that has done really well with the structure that I think it was a well thought out plan. I think they watched a lot of states before they went for execution, and they created their own version of what they thought would work for us. And they're making a lot of money. And, you know, we don't have a grow system in place. We don't have caregivers and all of that. We don't have plants counts and all that. But we do have a strong recreational system that's controlled by the government. And we do have real licensing opportunities for social equity and, you know, different things. So, I mean, if you know somebody and you got a little bit of money, you can definitely own your own dispensary here. And, you know, But right now they are pushing more towards letting people start their own smoke lounges. So in order to own a smoke lounge here, you need to be a dispensary owner already. So you can imagine you'll start to see some smoke lounges pop up in the near future in New Jersey. But as of Wednesday, the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission is opening its portal for prospective licensees to receive consumption area application endorsements from all Class 5 retail operators. In January, officials starting up accepting applications for social equity marijuana licenses before opening it up to diversely owned businesses and micro businesses in April. So I have experienced that. So I initially we went for social equity, and then that didn't go well. It was some issues with my team, and then we went for excuse me. Then we went for micro licensing, several micro licensing, and that didn't fall through as well. So then I kind of fell back from the whole. So I've been through all of this. So now they got a new version, which I'm not even interested in because you would have needed to already get down with one of the first initial licensing in the beginning, whether social equity or micro licensing or both. You would have needed to already be plugged in there to own a smoke lounge. So that's not something we're really interested in too much. But it's cool that New Jersey is bringing smoke lounges to New Jersey. You dig? What y'all got going on, man? Scoob grew that. What up, man? Yeah, Washington State. Oh, Washington State. I always think about DC. Mike Tyson is trying to get a Schedule 3 done. I think it needs to be legalized. What up? Fred Jenkins, what up? Much love, man. Hit that like button, man. Yeah. Violate that like button. Violate that like button. Smash that, beat it. Boop, 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 bop. Heat it up. Violate that thing, man. On hood. Yeah, man. Violate that like button, man. They still popping fireworks over this month. They still popping fireworks, dude. That's crazy. What y'all on, man? Let's react to something, man. I wanna react to something, man. Let's react to something, man. Cause I feel like there's some content we can react to. What y'all wanna react to? Let's pull YouTube up, man. Y'all got some recommendations? Let me go to my let me go to my what's the face? Let's go to my trends. Let's go to my trends, man. What substrate do I like using? It depends on what what I'm trying to achieve. Other people can answer that question in here though. What substrate do y'all like? What soil y'all using? Y'all using soil, hydro, cocoa, deep water culture, aquaponics, aeroponics? What kind of setup you running, man? What you got going on? 4X definitely blew his hand off. 4X definitely blew his hand off. It was really bad too. Some say Pro Mix, some say HP. Hydro. When you say hydro, you got to be specific though, Fred. What we talking about? What's your setup? Is it deep water culture? Is it cocoa? Is it aeroponics? What's your hydro setup? Are we talking a soilless mix? One day you want to do aquaponics? Anybody plants re-veg outside, or was I too early to put them out? What state you live in? What's your time cycle? It depends on what state you live in and how long the sun is out where you at, or what part of the world you in. You know? What happened to 703? Anybody heard from him? I haven't heard from him. Listen, observer, nobody gonna hate you, man. Whatever works for you. No, everybody got their own method. Everybody got their own style, man. Shout out to Jersey, man. That's where I'm at, man. Much love to Jersey, man. School for sure. From Newark, New Jersey. I'm in Trenton right now, capital. But I'm from Newark, born and raised. Newark, Irvington, East Orange. You know, I've lived to all those places. I've lived everywhere in Jersey, though. Shit, down the shore. Shit, I lived everywhere. Edison, Middlesex County, Mercer County, Essex County, Union County, Ocean County. Yeah. More than me. I had a plant come up from last year, dusting a female to make seeds that I found a couple weeks ago. There you go, man. First time running cocoa, it's not hard, but different. It's definitely different in soil. You got to keep in mind, I mean, the biggest difference between soil and cocoa is pH, right? pH is going to be your number one difference because you're doing full cocoa. That's considered hydro. It's a soilless media, so it's not going to get the same pH. It's going to get a much lower pH that's the same as a deep water culture bucket. You know, it's going to get that same pH that you would deep water culture, aeroponics, or any other hydro. So you got to keep that in mind when you're running cocoa. And if you're running blank cocoa, then, I mean, it's much more similar to the mechanics are much more similar to deep water culture, besides the fact that you got something holding on to the roots. That's the only difference. Ran cocoa was 730, so I'm trying to, yeah, what you had, yeah, that's a difference too. Yeah, that's different too. A hybrid, a cocoa soil mix is different. Yeah, straight cocoa is more like I said, the mechanics are more like deep water culture, where it's a blank slate. You're dealing with runoff, and you're dealing with pH, and you're dealing with ppms. You gotta keep track of all that shit when you're dealing with, so you know that when the time is right, if something is off, you go back wipe everything to scrap. You're dealing with RO water, reverse osmosis water, pH, ppms, runoff. Like those are the things you're dealing with when you're dealing with people with a culture that you really don't got to focus on too much with soil. I mean, your pH, yes, even with soil, but not so much as you. So many things you got to focus on when we think in terms of hydro. What up, Legacy Leaf Seed Co? Send us some love and appreciation. You and everyone tuned in. Much love, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting, and we appreciate and love you, man. Thank you because you're part of the movement. I've grown fish. Man, I didn't know you can grow fish. That's the first thing I'm saying. I've grown fish. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on. Hey, man. Hold on. I know I ain't tripping. Let me make sure I'm reading it. You said I've grown fish for the last 8 years. All right. Okay. All right. You're a bad man, dog. Hey, last year, right? Hey, I don't know how you do it. That growing fish shit. Man, that shit sound crazy, man. Popping them. Hey, that's all right. Well, probably saying I don't know what you're trying to say, but we're gonna keep going. Live in Minnesota, so only 2 years of growing. Fourth run of Super Skunk, one run of your Dead Ops. Much love to you, Fred. 2 runs of the Skunk number 1 from Todd McCormick. All runs in deep water culture hydro. Good shit, man. What you mean you grown fish, though? I'm still trying to get on that. Yeah, Farmer Brown. Smashville, 28 like comments and likes both booths. I don't know what you just said, but I like it. I like it. Smash that like button. I think that's what my boy was saying, man. Smash that like button, man. 28 times. Hit that. No, only once. Only once. Because by the 28th time, I might unlike it. We don't know. Make that motherfucker light up. Whatever you got to do. We want to break the record on like button. If we got 37 people here, we want 37 likes. Nothing crazy. Bob Gnarly said, Shed 3 feels like a slap in the face to us that struggled all those years to make it possible. Yeah, man, I know. It's always a battle of the legacy growers and the home growers in the industry. Man, it's the black market, the gray market, the medical, you see what I'm saying? The recreational. There's all of these different sectors and, so, yeah, I get it, man. And many times they get intertwined and, yeah, using fish shit is good. It stinks bad, man, but it's a good organic way to create, add nitrogen and feed nitrogen. It's just stinky as hell. It's just a natural organic nitrogen. So it's good, man. I've seen people create weed farms with tilapia, breeding tilapia, and then the nutrients and the shit is being fed back to the plants. Nice little dope. Matter of fact, let's look and see if we can find it. We're gonna react to that. Y'all wanna see that? Y'all wanna react to that? Oh shit. Where the hell am I? Let's react to that because have y'all been putting your highlights in the highlight section? What is going on? That is not what I said. All right, so we're gonna watch. Let's take this down for a second. Oh, you from Hawthorne? I ain't even hit that Hawthorne Avenue Osborne test. Okay. Yeah. I'm from Fairmont and South Orange Avenue. Hawthorne. Who on Hawthorne? That's my people. I got people on the south side. That's the south side. Yeah, I got people over there. Hawthorne and shit like that. Off of Bergen though. Off of Bergen. I know people. I know people everywhere, but I'm from Fairmont and South Orange Avenue though. Word to me. Shout out to you, bro. Word to me. I used to breed fish, Observer. I don't know if that's what he was saying that he is. That'd be cool if he breeds fish. He said he grow fish though. I don't know about Todd. You know he gives out misinfo. I don't know, Yim Yam. I don't know, Yim Yam. I don't know him personally, so I can't really. I will say this: the information. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But always fact check. Always fact check. Even the information you get from me, fact check it, bro. You feel me? Because what I always encourage is people to go fact check the information just to make sure that I'm giving you good information. But not only that, it's going to encourage you to learn more and connect the dots with other videos that I've created and kind of help you get, on track and create a learning path for yourself. So that's why, it helps you to jump down those rabbit holes and starts to make sense. Oh, I remember I said that shit in the other video. Okay, boom. Let me go back and look at that video again and compare it to what I'm reading now. So that's why I always encourage people. But yeah, some people, you need to fact check them because they probably got some misinformation, man. Like you said, I don't know. But me, my information, I don't let it come out of my mouth unless I know it because I'm a learner. I'm a teacher, so in order to be a good teacher, I had to be a good learner. And I'm always capable of jumping back into that. I'm always doing it. I'm always conscious of being able to jump back into that 3 L's, the look, listen, and learn. Because when I do that, it helps me to acquire more knowledge, right? So I want to always make sure that I got good information. So when I learn from people every day, all the time. And when I learn from them, I go and I look up the information. It's not necessarily to fact check them and say, well, are they lying? No, but it helps me to get a broader understanding based on how I like to take in information because I take in information fast and a lot of it at a time, at a fast pace. So it helps me to kind of get a general, broad, complete understanding of whatever topic we trying to, I don't know why did I just even say that? What was I talking about? Am I just high? Saying dumb shit? Nah. I don't know. I be high, but I'm always dropping gems. Sometimes I don't, they just you gotta catch them though. You feel me? Like, you can't be sleep. You think? Like, you gotta catch them bitches. Shout out to 703Z, man. That's my co-host. He ain't here today. He missing in action, man. You feel me? But that's cool. Tell my boy he got fired on his day off for not calling in. He said, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit don't, I'm gonna get paid over that bitch anyway. Shout out to my brother, man. I love 703 like a brother. He probably forgot, to be honest with you. Because let me tell you something. I forgot. Shit. Me, I be having so much shit I'm doing. But I won't never leave y'all hanging unless I ain't got shit else, unless I got something super important to do. You feel me? Like, if I ain't got shit to do, I won't never leave you hanging. And I ain't had shit to do today. It's been a chill day, man. It's been a chill day. And not only that, it's been a chill day, but not only that, shit, it's a holiday. All right, much love, Farmer. It's all good. You should see some of the shit that I say when I'm high. They really don't want homegrown succeed. They only want big farmers succeed. Yeah, bro, in government, in state, bro, state. It's not, bro, state is trying to lock down recreation. It ain't even about big pharma no more by itself. It's about state too. State and government is trying to lock down recreational. Like they want the recreational side. Big pharma wants the medical side. And the home growers is left in that gray area. That's why you got to try to get whatever knowledge you can, make whatever connections you can in this industry, in this community, but be strategic, man, and have a game plan about about executing what you want to accomplish out of this thing. Otherwise, it's really just a hobby, man. I always see people come into this thing and with these big aspirations of becoming like this major weed dealer type of shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna be selling weed everywhere. Everybody gonna be buying it. It's growing on the plant. I'm gonna have the whole town on lock. I'm gonna have all the businesses and all of the shit. And it's really not like that. It's more so, if you want to do that, it's there for you, but you got to be super strategic and you got to go through the government, depending on what state you're in. Like in New Jersey, you got to go through in most cases, you got to go through the government because federally, it's nothing there for you. So you got to go through whatever they put out there. And in order you got to have connections, man. You got to have money. You got to have connections. But just planting some seeds and getting a good harvest and curing it and buying some bags, and then that'll help you build a brand. But it's not a business there. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah, I still have fireworks right now, man. B-Bud says, still learning. I was wondering if it's okay to take a clone of a clone to cycle instead of having a mother plant for a small home grower. So I just did a video on that. Probably like my third video. It's one of the recent videos. One of the recent videos I did, word to me. I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see it, man. But if you watch that video, because you get a lot of good information on the question you just asked. Word to me. I'm going to share with you. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. It's the third video. Can I just watch it? I don't know how to just... But yeah, this video here. Let's just go to my channel. Fuck. I can't even spell my own name. Zaza Genetics, Mendelian Genetics. That's what y'all be looking for? Oh, we live. Look at that. Hey, y'all. Y'all wave. Shout out to y'all. Y'all live on YouTube right now. The first Cannabis monetized podcast, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Clap it up. W's in the chat. I love y'all, man, for sure. That shit just hit me. Look, we live, man. We the first ever monetized cannabis channel. Not just podcast, but channel. You dig what I'm saying? So much love to y'all, man. The thing is, we don't create cannabis content. We create educational content. That's the difference. They just be out there chatting. But they're not educating. I'm really a teacher. I've been a teacher since 17 years old. So YouTube respects my content as education, which is why it's monetized. They don't look at my content as cannabis content or weed content. They say, nah, he's an educator, and that's the difference. So let's see. This is the video here. What's the one, man? Mother plants versus clone of a clone versus breeder cuts. There you go, man. Jump on that video, man. And to answer your question, because I'm going to still answer your question. I'm going to still answer your question, bro. And you said, I was wondering if it's okay to take a clone of a clone to cycle instead of, I mean, it's all right. Just watch this video. Yeah, it's just watch that video. So even after reading the question again, I mean, I can see here, I will have to go really deep into it though, but, just watch that video right there, man. And make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. You know, we giving out good content. We putting out good content. We got low subscribers. We got good subscribers though. Like our people is really locked in. Even though it's a low count, it'll get there. So make sure you subscribe if you're not. But let's react to this video here. Let's react.
Waste.
All right, hold on. Let's fix it. No audio. I always forget. It's a certain way I gotta. We're gonna get rid of StreamYard. I'm kind of sick of StreamYard. All right. So in order for audio, also share tab audio. All right. All right. They wanted you to listen like this.
The plants are actually feeding off of just the fish waste. Once the system's balanced, it takes care of itself. You can take care of a goldfish, you can do exactly what we're doing back there. A lot of times if people want a garden, they grow in spite of the desert. We chose to grow with the desert instead. And that's it. That's how you transfer a plant in aquaponics. My family's never been closer. I wish I would have started this when I was a little kid. Think big, don't be intimidated, think big, and think outside of the box.
Yo, he said something huge right there. Think big. Don't be intimidated. Think outside the box. Do you, man. Do you. Come up with great creations. Don't think too much about business, making money. Think big, man. Think outside the box. Look at create, man.
The beauty to hydroponics is you can actually use the earth itself to help you grow your system. My name is Charles Collins, and I'm a sustainable gardener. Now, these are all raised from fry. This is about a 350-gallon tank. We have roughly 100 tilapia inside the tank. And right about now, I think it's time we feed them. We feed them once a day. They produce the pee to poop. The water flows through the system, and gravity brings it through this pipe here. It then comes out into this upper grow bed, which is about 12 inches deep. And we use 3/4-inch scoria lava rock because that brings a really good substrate and a really good surface for the bacteria to grow. The nitrates and the nitrites in the fish poop get broken down by bacteria. The bacteria makes their little colonies within your substrate.
Yo, take notes. He's breaking it down. Nitrates and nitrites. He's breaking it down. I'm going to run it back. Take notes. Whether you take notes mentally or you write them down. Let's run it back.
The nitrates and the nitrites in the fish poop get broken down by bacteria. The bacteria makes their little colonies within your substrate. The substrate then makes that food for the plants. The plants in return use their roots to clean out all of the hard and solid waste from the fish waste. It goes through your entire system and gets put right back into the fish tank, fresh and clean. As the water makes its way through the first grow bed, it then comes out into the second grow bed. The plants are actually feeding off of just the fish waste. The nitrogen gets broken down, which is what the plants are actually eating. Once the system's balanced, it takes care of itself. Now you might be asking yourself, why fish? Fish are a sustainable form of protein. And in our case, we use tilapia because they're fast growing and they actually self-control their populations in the tank. So it's never too full. Plus they are delicious if you grow them correctly. They've got a bad reputation and I really want to work towards helping clear that up because guys, it's something that we could all be doing at our homes. We don't want.
Listen, think about it. This one system here, you can grow fish for protein, vegetables, and weed, all cycling in this symbiotic relationship, all growing together. That's dope. He can literally harvest fish, weed, and vegetables. That's dope, man.
To rely on the big markets and the big box stores and things of that nature. We want to know where our food source is coming from. Grow, be a part of the desert, not in spite of it. All right. Granted, that's an ostentatious pool back there. That's really, really big and it kind of goes against everything we're doing. But before we started gardening, we kind of lived in the desert. We wanted a pool. So although we have the pool, that's not even the focal point of our property anymore. You all right, guys? Yeah. You okay? Hey, Kevin. Before you say, okay, how can you be best friends with a pig? Have you ever hung out with a pig? All right, now hang out with a pig and then come back to me. All right, we'll discuss it because pigs rock. If you're ever upset, look, trust me, you can be as mad as you want, but if you ever give a pig lettuce and listen to him chew, it's freaking hilarious. Pig poop is a tremendous source of fertilizer. These guys provide poop for us. I get to hang out with chickens and pigs, dude. What's not cool about that? There you go. I just knew that they were the closest cousins to Tyrannosaurus Rexes, so if I could have a little T-Rex walking around my yard, why not? It's awesome. Chickens are the gift that keeps on giving. On average, 4 to 5 eggs a day. They also provide us a rich source of nitrogen for the soil. These can be stored and refrigerated for up to a year without being treated.
Have you got any videos on selfing a plant and the results? Will the seed be identical to the plant itself, or will I see traits of the parents? I want to keep a copy of the plant as a seed. Absolutely. To answer your question, I do have probably 2 or 3 videos on selfing, maybe more than that, but yeah, it's definitely at least 2 that talk specifically about selfing and the results, and so you should definitely find that somewhere towards the middle videos. It'll be titled for you, but absolutely got videos detailed about selfing. And join Breeder University, man. If you haven't, you still got a time to apply before student orientation. I mean, you got time to apply either way, but the first round or the first session of students will be going in after July 14th. So if you want to join that session, which is, we call it Breeder University, right? Because I'm a breeder and I'm teaching plant genetics ultimately based on my background as a breeder. That's why it's called Breeder University. It's not called Breeders, plural, Breeders University, because then it would sort of indicate that it was a school just to teach breeders, right? But it's not. So you learn regular growing, cultivation 101. It's actually a prerequisite to the breeding class. So I'll let you guys know that early. If you are coming to just learn breeding, you still be taking the growing cultivation 101 class as a prerequisite. It's just a requirement. So join Breeder University, man. Get a lot of your questions and answers, and skills that you need to become a breeder. I hurt my neck. My problem with aquaponics is my tanks all are over 4 foot high on stands. I need to bring them down to put plants on top. Not possible with fruit growing fish at the moment. Okay, Fred, so you doing aquaponics. Yeah, it looks like you gotta kind of rethink the design of your setup. Maybe something more similar to what he got going on might be helpful. Need to have a transfer tank. Wife is at wits end with my projects already. I can imagine, man. Sheesh. Yeah, I know about that. Well, no, I can't. Well, I've been there. Let's say that. I don't have that issue now, but I've been there. I use horse manure already. Okay, Rasta man. Yeah, man. Much love, man. You should definitely check it out. Check out a lot of videos over there. Help you out. Personally, I don't like much nitrogen flowers, so I don't know what I would do late flower. You don't like much nitrogen in flower. Okay. Flower stages don't require much nitrogen, and it's good because that's a good point. But I don't think the fish are pushing out enough nitrogen. Let's look at that. Let's look at that a little bit more, and we'll get back to the video if y'all want. But I think that was a good question. That's a good question, man. I like that question. In aquaponics, managing nitrogen levels across plant growth stages is a challenge because fish produce ammonia continuously, which is converted into nitrate, a form of nitrogen primarily used for vegetative growth. Too much nitrogen during the flowering stage can inhibit bud. We all know it is an issue. That shit will start to have a whole bunch of fucking greenery and vegetation popping out. You'll be having to do the mad hella extra defoliating, so nah, for sure. And I know that because I've run stress tests with nitrogen spikes. So I spiked during early veg, seedling, all of those stages to see what, you got to see what's going to happen. So I know through experience that nitrogen in flower is annoying as hell. That shit will have you with a damn bush that look like it's supposed to be in the front of your house or something. Like, damn, all these damn fleas everywhere. Hell nah. Nah, I don't like that. So yeah, no. So I think ultimately, let me see. Let's look more into it. So adding nitrogen hungry plants can balance it out. It says, you want to so that's a good point. That's a good point. So you got to make certain transitions, right? From same way you would in a tent outside of the water, you got to make transitions from vegetative to flower, whether it be light cycle, whether it be nutrients, whether you're making a transition to go into the next stage. So it's no different from when you run it for aquaponics. You got to make certain transitions. So one of them would be you would start to add nitrogen hungry plants in during that stage, right? Dilute or divert nutrient rich water, right? So and reduce fish feeding during flowering as well. Create partial water changes, add nitrifying and denitrifying zones. So to kind of break it down. Yeah. So that was a good question though, man. Mozart said, I took over a position as assistant manager to put lawn and garden under my watch. I would stay away from the cow manure and sheep manure. Banana peel tea is a good source of potassium. Absolutely, observer. So many different teas that you can use. I will say this: a lot of people do not understand teas in general when we think in terms of they just when you hear the word tea, right? They be just saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a tea, a worm tea, or um, teas are generally fungal dominant or bacterial dominant, right? We want to make sure that we know which tea we want to use during which stage. A fungal dominant tea you want to use during flowering, while bacteria dominant tea is used during veg, right? So there's different ways to culture them, different ingredients, different recipes or whatever, but mainly those two different categories of teas are used, one during veg and one during flower. So keep that in mind as well when you're building these teas. Know which one for which stage you're gonna be using. I've been using deer scat. Damn, man, that's cold blooded, man. I don't even know about that. Yeah, I have no idea what the ECPPM is for fish food. It's yeah. Listen, like you said, yeah, you gotta run all that. That's definitely a hydro system. So, like we said before, pH is gonna be huge, ppm is gonna be huge, runoff is gonna be huge, and hopefully, the fish and the right plants are creating that symbiotic relationship to where you just got to make those minor adjustments during the flower stage. That absolutely, yam, vegetables and leafy greens go crazy. Absolutely, with no problem, all the way through. You feel me? But when we think about weed, it's possible. It's just that you got to make those transitions. Veg bud. I did aquaponics already, but with lettuce, yeah, no, it's actually primarily designed for vegetable. I can't say that. Let's not even make no shit up. I would assume that it's created for vegetables. I don't know. I would assume no. It seems like that's the primary. It's really good working with vegetables, but we've now, we've took on all of these different farming techniques that these farmers have been using. You see people running around talking about Jadam and Japanese and Chinese and all these different farming techniques that are usually designed on a huge commercial scale and have now been micro-sized for us to be able to try it out with the weed kind of thing. Techniques like living soil, this is all farming techniques, man. There you go. Absolutely, Kurt. That's what you need. Yeah, I brew those teas for my growth healthy roots and keeping my reservoir clean of pathogens. Absolutely, Mozart. I merely use fish shit for veg only. Gotta use what's available. I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta use what's available. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just saying I don't know about it. Shit, I don't know the NPK. NPK always matters, right? When you're dealing with those organics that y'all talking about, that's organic matter. Shit, any type of animal shit is organic. So with organics, it's harder to identify the NPK. And you really want to have a good handle on your NPK if you're going to have a proper grow. Just throwing shit in there without being able to measure it or identify the NPK is a little bit risky to your grow, especially when we think about pathogens and any type of bacterias or, contaminations that we might bring in from using some wild shit. It's risky. But I guess if you probably, Not even sterilizing that shit. You gotta what you call it when you put that motherfucker in that pot? What you gotta do with the substrate for the mushrooms? You gotta do that shit. Something like sterilizing. There you go. Farmers will always give you. I mean, like I said, it's tricky though. You gotta really dig deep, and you gotta be able to. It's all testing. You know, it's just trying different things. It's all about trying different things, pushing the boundaries of exploration. You got to explore when you're dealing with this cannabis shit because nothing is really set in stone besides what you see in educational books and research content and studies that have been done at colleges and universities on hemp and cannabis. You know, those books is what you can guarantee. Anything else is just experimentation, you know, like he's living soda good on you. He said, but I made it so too hot once, other time yeah, you gotta know. It's what nutrients do I use? It depends truthfully on what project I got. So in general, I would say I'll use like a just a soil combo, use soil kind of. I just re-amend my soil a lot of times. You know, it depends though. If I'm stress testing for nitrogen, then I'll use liquid. I'll use synthetics. But if I'm just it depends on what I'm doing really. For the most part though, in general, I'm using like recycled soil. I'm just adding some fucking 444 to it, or that's usually it. I'll just add some 444 to it because I'm not really growing for anything in particular. I'm not growing to try to smoke weed or try to get the best yield and the best flower, unless that's what I'm focused on at the moment. If that's the trait that I'm looking to isolate, then that's what I'm doing. But if I'm looking for something different, then that's not important to me at the moment. So it just depends on what I'm doing. Everything has purpose. Every move that I make is with intention of getting a goal accomplished when it comes to my strains. It's never really, oh, I'm going to grow this to be able to smoke it. I don't know when the last time I've been able. Sometimes every once in a while, you know, especially with autoflowers, when you're working with autoflowers, you get to do that because you got to know what you're working with when it comes to flavor, profile, and terpene. It's always a point where you got to grow it to smoke it. But for the most part, 9 times out of 10, I'm just looking for survivors, man. Looking for survivors, man. I'm looking for the ones I could push to the limit that ain't gonna die under these harsh conditions. You know, already know they got everything else that I'm looking for. They already got the, you know, and it might not be the best of the best, but they got. If I'll take athleticism, vigor, health, resistance, I'll take that over anything else because I can build up terpenes and all that. I can build that up later, but it's all about priority and traits. We talk about that in the videos all the time too. You need to prioritize your traits realistically. Know what's important. Have your 2 levels. I did a whole video on building out a plan, a breeding plan. That shit is the real deal. You know, you gotta have a plan. Trait. You know, first set of traits priority, and then second priority. And your first priority should always be vigor, athleticism, resistance, you know, those things. Shit you can't sacrifice. Then you can jump into the ones that's sacrificable. Doug Lee, what up? He said, hello, friends. Has anyone tried spraying milk in water on plants for powdery mildew? Milk and water. No. Hello, friends. Has anyone tried spraying milk and water? No, that's not something I would recommend. Let's look at. I never heard of that like that. Look, you got powdery mildew. You got to get rid of it. What's the issue? So that's one thing you got to understand too. What you're doing with that is you trying to treat a symptom, but not the actual issue. You want to treat the issue. Why did you have powdery mildew in the first place? So let's fix that and then just start a new grow, because it ain't about trying to save that plant is already messed up. So you don't want to put no milk in. You can't smoke. You can't smoke. Ain't no saving that, especially with no milk. I don't know. I never heard of that. Yeah, Yam, good advice. Yam said, nah, don't do it. Buckets cleaned every week, and I use clear res to keep clean. There you go. Whatever works for you, man. Doug Lee, 1/4 or 3/4, 1/3 mix. Okay. Isn't that due to environmental reasons? Too much humidity? What? Yam, good question. Good question. Absolutely, Yam. That's a good question. Powdery mildew in general. Not even just powdery mildew in your plants. Think about mildew in general. Think about leaving some wet clothes in a washing machine for a week without letting them dry. You think you can spray milk and water on that to fix the smell? Nah. It's moisture that caused the issue in the first place. So that's a good point, Yam. It's moisture that caused the issue. I use food grade diatomaceous earth is safe too. Absolutely, Tara. Diatomaceous earth is an awesome additive to your plants. Outside your plants, inside the soil, inside the pot, around the tent, however you want to do it. Absolutely a good tool to have when you use a soil or any type of media that holds roots. Cocoa, diatomaceous earth is good. As a way to for IPM, as a way to prevent pests and kill bugs and stuff. Yeah, it works wonders for gnats, anything, any type of hard-shelled insect. I mainly hydro for life. I have a few soil in your belt, but I'm pretty much switched over completely. Whatever works for you, Bones. Whatever. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Only get better. Only get better. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do what works for you. Do what makes you. Because this thing right here is, something that you learn. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey. So you continue this journey along the way. Continue learning, man. Keep doing your thing. Who knows? You may switch again as you continue to build your knowledge. But ultimately, keep doing your thing. I used to do side by sides when I was building dead ops to see the different. Actually, dead ops got right after being breeded. Initially, she went through a side by side test. Deep water culture bucket versus bag of ocean forest, Fox Farm. Same strain, same generation, blah, blah, blah. And it's just different. The deep water culture plant grew much faster at a faster pace. It got bigger, faster typically, but towards the end, it started to have issues that I couldn't figure out, which ultimately affected the quality of the bud, where the one that was in soil just had a good ride the entire time. And the bud came out so fire and so frosty. It was just, overall choice in comparison. And it was just something that I was missing. That's the thing. When you're dealing with hydro, it's like a canvas, man. You can be feeling like you got everything, and you start painting, and then you realize you're missing something, and your painting ain't going out right. So then you gotta wipe it clean to start over. And that's the good thing about it, that you got the ability to do that. But it's a lot of doing that along the way. A lot of ppm, pH, runoff. You know, you got to know your numbers, and you got to constantly play with your numbers. Understand that pH is done at a range. I don't give a fuck if you in soil or hydroponics. pH is never just a set number. A lot of people, new growers in general, make a huge mistake when they always think they got a pH at 6.8 or 5.5 or 5.8, and that's what they every single time. No, it's a range. So always try to stay at a different number every single time you feed. It should be a different number. This is where documentation comes in super handy. Document what happened the last time you went in the tent. You know, this is the enthusiasm of being a new grower, and you know, with experience, you start to feel like, oh, I ain't doing all that shit no more. I don't even feel like, you know, in the beginning, you got the syringes and you little fake ass scientists in the beginning. You doing all the pH and you measuring shit. You got rulers in that motherfucker. You got lights hanging. You got all type of shit, magnifying glass, looking at the shit, coming in the tent every 5 minutes. That's enthusiasm. You start to get experience and start to feel like you smarty art, and you lose all the enthusiasm. Now you know so much, right? But always keep it simple and stupid, so you can always go back to the basics, because the basics is what drives you to be successful. Remember that. You was only enthusiastic in the beginning because how bad you wanted to be successful at it. But then over time, you became what you feel like to be so smart at it. It's not even exciting no more. You know it all, but truthfully, you don't. Continue to go back to where you started. Go back to the basics and continue to be better. When you go back to the basics, you always give yourself the opportunity for improvement. Always go back to the basics. Keep it simple but stupid. It's the KISS method. It'll always work in your favor, no matter what it is. I don't give a fuck if it's a relationship, if it's a job, if it's anything you're doing. You know, you're naturally enthusiastic in the beginning. You got a natural success that's happening because of your excitement. So excited that you get other people excited. So eventually, through experience, though, it doesn't become so exciting anymore. And you got to tap into that enthusiasm that you once had that made you do this shit at a high level. So just keep that in mind, man. If growing for seed, you actually do want nitrogen in flower. All right, up. It says true, but not hydro, I guess. It's not suspended fully in water. There you go. You just got to control your growing environment, period. I'm in Texas. It's hot out here. I fell off. Bucks can get 100 plus. Oh, man. That's a huge problem, Mozart. I always talk about it. People want these hydro buckets, deep water culture buckets, but don't realize that the roots need to be a certain temperature while the canopy is at a certain temperature, right? The canopy really enjoys a range of temperatures. It don't really matter, right? It can go from like 60 something all the way up to 100, right? But that water needs to be in like 60s, 60 something. It needs to be cooler, on the cooler side. So while you got this big ass light that y'all love, the big 8-bar, 10-bar lights pumping out 100 degrees, it's hard to keep that bucket in that tent at 60. And you end up getting root rot. You end up battling root rot. And the one thing, like Yam Yam said, the roots aren't fully suspended in water. So there needs to be a gap in order for oxygen to flow between the water and the roots. And what happens is, as the plant gets bigger and the roots grow, the water level starts to drop. And as the water level starts to drop, it becomes more difficult to keep cooler with that big ass light up there. So if you are operating in a tent, make sure you got an outside reservoir, that's not utilizing the same space as that bucket, so that light is not constantly creating hot water and creating root rot issues. Good point, Mozart. I get my environment on point, my ppm and pH dialed in, and we're off. That's it, man. You got it figured out. You got it figured out. No, I'm saying hydro water, that's bad. I don't want to flush it. I don't want a plan B. If someone has a good use, let me know. What do you mean? Getting rid of the water? I don't even know what that word is. Back, I don't even know. You throwing up some more other shit, man. I know you don't even asking me what the hell. I don't even know how to say that word. Bechalicious, I'm like, you feel me? Uh-huh. What is that? Y'all go ahead and pronounce that word, man. Go ahead. You got 5 seconds to pronounce that word. First one, win $100. Yeah, I ain't think so. Nobody was pronouncing that shit. Baka, but man, listen, I ain't even trying, man. Nobody know what that is. I heard the milk method before. There you go. I wouldn't recommend it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't recommend nobody to try to smoke no powdery mildew. Hell nah. Ain't no saving that. Like that's like same as, yo, here go this moldy piece of bread. I'm gonna just rip the mold off and then still eat the bread. Ain't doing that. Just throw the whole bread away. I don't want that. It's contaminated. And ain't no, I don't know. Y'all could do. Y'all want me to really entertain that? I'll entertain it if you want. We'll really lift it. See what I'm saying? Because I'm all about learning too. All right, fuck it. Let's entertain it first. All right. Can we? Using water and milk spray. All right. So this is a good opportunity for education because you can kind of see how information can be passed along incorrectly. So for houseplants, they do say you can use a milk water spray as a natural fungicide. But that is not for weed. That is not for flower on weed. That is not recommended. Do not do that. You are not smoking houseplants. You're not trying to ingest houseplants either. So it's not the same. If the weed was something that you was not looking to consume, and it was just something that was using for aesthetics like a houseplant, then yeah, they would also recommend spraying it, and then you could remove the ugly part off of it. But it's not something that you would do for a plant that you're trying to consume, because you don't consume powdery mildew, and it's not gonna work. You don't consume your houseplants, but that's a good method for houseplants. Spraying anything on a liquid Spraying anything liquid on dense cannabis flowers can trap moisture and lead to botrytis or bud rot or other molds, even worse than powdery mildew. So doing that will worsen or can worsen it to botrytis or bud rot or even other molds that they haven't mentioned. Milk can sour in the buds and create a foul smell, ruining the taste and aroma of your final product. Milk proteins may stay in the flower and affect smoking quality and trigger allergies. The residue will attract pests and bugs or become a breeding ground for microbes. So don't do it. If your soil is, definitely. Mike, you can spray it on the soil. I don't know when you spraying. I don't know why you got powdery mildew. This is the thing. Why would you try to fix? He said you don't spray in flower. Let me ask you a question. You say you don't spray in flower. Why would you be trying to fix powdery mildew in veg when you could just fix the source of the powdery mildew before going to flower? So automatically, I'm assuming that he must have flower that's got powdery mildew on it. Because common sense would say, shit, if I'm not even in the flowering stage yet, then I'm not even in trouble. All I got to do is fix the problem that's causing mildew before I even get in the flower. So we wouldn't even be having this question if the band had powdery mildew during veg. I hope not. That wouldn't even make no sense. That don't make no sense. Why would you have powdery mildew in veg and be trying to fix the powdery mildew by spraying milk on it like a houseplant? Why don't you fix the issue? What's the issue? What's causing it? You don't have a dehumidifier? You gotta be in flower. That's what I'm saying. I use my common sense to make my assumptions based on the information I was given. So arguing to me like you knew for a fact that, oh, you don't spray in flower. You didn't use your common sense to determine. That don't make sense. Why would you not fix it? So what's causing the powdery mildew on your veg plants? What's causing it? Why would you spray the plant? That's not going to fix the issue, because once you spray the plant and it's gone, like you say, and you continue to flower like you say, you're going to get powdery mildew in the flower stage. What sense are you making? That don't make sense, bro. You try to make these points, but you're not. You're being contradictory. It don't make sense what you're saying. Why would I just spray some sort of chemical on the powdery mildew and then continue to flower? Oh, it's gone now. I'm good to flower. No, you're not. Flowering stage lasts long too. And whatever caused the powdery mildew in veg is definitely going to ruin your buds. Guaranteed. At a faster rate. I'm just keeping it real. He needs some milk. Yeah. What you got? Similac? What you got? All you got to do is address the issue. Get a dehumidifier during stage. As soon as you see the problem, yes. You definitely want to eradicate it, right? You don't want it to be in there, right? So you're going to fuck spraying milk. I'm going to spray some more effective shit to make sure it's gone. Oh, he's outside? Then you have to have some sort of, what's your environment? It's all, you got to control your environment, dude. It's whatever. Like, listen, you gotta be ways to control your environment. And let me tell you this is a teachable moment. And let me tell you this. If it's nothing you can do, there are safer alternatives. Potassium bicarbonate spray, potassium bicarbonate, hydrogen peroxide. It is safer alternatives than spraying milk because milk will rot. It's milk. Milk gets spoiled. You know what happens when you just leave milk out? You wouldn't drink it if you left it out overnight. So what makes you think it's cool to spray it on some plants and just leave it? I don't know. Thank you, Deadhead. It's a teachable moment, Deadhead. We was getting there. And if by no means you can control it outside, then you got some weak-ass genetics. Because let me tell you something. Dead Ops just won first place indoor and outdoor in one of the harshest humidity and climates known in Trinidad. In the summer, early summer. First place indoor and first place outdoor. And let me tell you something. They don't even have good weed out there because at one point in time it was only circulating the brick weed because that was the one that could survive. That was the one that could handle the harsh climates. Now we introduced Dead Ops knocking expectations out the park outdoors in that harsh climate. So think about a combination of things. If you indoors, you got ways to combat it. You got dehumidifiers, humidifiers, all of these different things. Outside, fans, right? Inside, outside. Maybe you can add fans outside. I don't know. But good genetics, primarily, you got to have good genetics that's going to be able to withstand harsh environments. Or you can build the resistance up too. Because let me tell you something. This is also the flip side and also a teachable moment. Same point, right? If there's nothing else you can do, you still can selective breed. Because I bet you out of 100 plants, same genetics, at least one of them will be able to handle that humidity. At least three of them will be able to handle that humidity. And then you breed those together in order to create a new population that's more resistant, right? And then you continue to pick the best of the best and continue to create until eventually you've built up the genetics to work perfectly for that particular environment. Right now, we're doing it in Trinidad. We're planning on doing it in Australia, and we're looking to do it in other environments around the world as well with Dead Ops. So Dead Ops will come in a chapter. South Africa, Australia, Trinidad, different chapters based on different environments because it's being acclimated to different environments based on selective breeding under my teachings. SK, representing Australia, Tony Trini, in Trinidad, he's already won like 6 first-place cups and 1 second place, and then another second place with Boondocks Glue in Trinidad since last year and this year. You know, the numbers don't lie. He's went crazy with such strong genetics. So if you need a good foundation strain, you're looking to get into this thing, make sure you join Breeding University as well. Grab you some Dead Ops, 50% off right now online. You can also grab Molotov Mac, Valley of the Sun, or Hades Throne right now, all available, 50% off for the holiday until Monday. So make sure you take advantage of that. We might even throw y'all QCE an extra coupon code to drop a little bit more off for y'all, man. So I think we're going to do an extra 10% off with a coupon code for y'all. Coupon code QCE. Y'all know the code. So we'll do an extra 15% off for y'all on top of the 50%. So keep that in mind. That's just showing love for y'all being in the audience, man, and rocking with me every Saturday. QCE is the podcast, man. People be milking. That's one of the qualities that has me so interested in dead ops. I had a hard time getting my humidity below 50, so a strain that's good in that. Yes, observer, I'm telling you, knocked expectations out of the park. I'm talking about the it's harsh humidity environment in Trinidad. Tony came to me with the problem years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years, whatever it was, with a couple problems. You know, they was charging thousands of dollars for seed packs that wasn't worth shit. It was also selling dirt weed. You know, they couldn't find no good weed because no good weed that was imported from here, none of the seeds that was imported from here was able to handle the environment. They were herm out. They would get powdery mildew. I got resistance to that. I built resistance to that. How? Strategically. How? By strategically saturating my seedlings, saturating my plants' early veg. Remember, it always go back to Zaza in the most harshest climate and environment that any grower has ever witnessed, that they've never witnessed. If you can get through the graveyard tent, then you something special. That's what we only look at. That's the thing. It's not about just putting two to two together. It's not. It takes a long time to find the unique individuals. A population can have everything you got, everything you want. It's not enough. Still not enough. Because there's always weakness that can be exposed. It's always weakness that can be exposed. This is taught to us through evolution. AC Infinity has 3 new dehumidifiers. Make sure you use code Team Zaza at checkout for a discount. Thank you. There you go, Rasta Man. So I'm not capping, bro. Look, Rasta Man. No cap. Dead Ops has won the Irby's Award that just passed in Trinidad, the Irby's Award. First place, indoor and outdoor. Check it. Check the facts. No cap. Before that, the Trinidad Cannabis Cup. First place indoor. First place outdoor. First place extract. First place highest THC. Just ran through the first place awards. That was the Trinidad Cannabis Cup last year. Second place outdoor. Ran through like 5 first places in Trinidad. The numbers is there. I actually still use the dehumidifier because under the light, the RH be low. This is why I tell you, the job is never done. So when I hear you two, Law, saying, yo, I'm going to start working on Red Dead strain again, in my mind, first thing that comes to me is you haven't even started yet. That's the thing. In your perspective, you've accomplished some shit already, but nothing has been done yet. Dead Ops, I'm still working. And that's one of the parents of your. So how you stop? We got to keep going. We got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep working your strain. And I'm going to be checking up on you too because, that strain, I needed to be accepted within my stable because it's one of my offspring. So we want to make sure that we guide you and make sure you're doing all the right necessary steps and make sure you are. I need to do the research on your other parent strain. I just haven't got around to it yet, but because eventually, it's all about the line breed, right? It's all about the line. Dead Ops is the foundation of the line, so it's a Dead Ops line. Your strain, Red Dead, is a part of the Dead Ops line, so we want to keep that going. Set up just like they do champion dogs. Dead Ops is that champion, grand champion that, sits at the very foundation. And now he's started to foster all these children, right? And I need to bring them all together in one spot so that we can all start working together and make sure the legacy of the line continues to stay streamlined and on point. And top of the, and that means bringing you in and making sure that your strain is, you know, tip top. And, you know, then it goes on the website, you know, then, you know, because eventually we'll start to create a bank of seeds of the Dead Ops line. So keep me in tune. Send me the other parent so I can start to research the other parent on your strain. I haven't got it around to asking you yet. I didn't have PM in flower, but I used a high pH water spray. There you go. Whatever works, man. Whatever works for you. Powdery mildew is very tricky. Can be tricky to see too. So many comments, man. I can't keep them up. So you just can't tell someone get rid of their plant. So you just can't tell someone get rid of their plant. What if someone can't afford all the extras, dehumidifiers and shit? Well, I can just tell someone get rid of their plant because I don't care about the plant. Why wouldn't I just tell somebody get rid of that? Look, I kill plants. That's what I do. So you coming to somebody who kills plants and saying, yo, you can't just tell me to get rid of my plant. Kill my own plants. So if you're looking for some sort of please be nice to my plants, nah. No. I only respect champion lineage, dude. And your plants ain't that. Your plants is weak and need to be cold. So I'm not gonna give it to you with no sugar on top like you want. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Your plants need to be cold. That means they need to be removed from the gene pool. Because they don't have the resistance that a champion has. I'm not going to give it to you, no bullshit. I'm going to tell you straight up, your shit weak. So, like I told you before, you can either improve it by doing the work that's required to make it better, or you can buy some better shit. But that shit need to be thrown away. What you mean? Don't tell me that. I'm going to tell you again. Yeah. Can you find a place not between the sheds, maybe? Top of the sheds works. There you go. Dro, get some of that Dead Ops, man. I'm telling you, it's a good foundation if you're looking to be a breeder, or if you're just looking to grow something that you want to see and that you want to challenge in a harsh humidity, and you want to see, like, damn, that's cool. That shit knocked it out the park. Go Bears and Kurt and Todd were helpful. Much love, Doug. Thank you, man. I know I'm behind in the comments. I'm always behind, man. Homie, let me find out you're removing all the leaves off your plant, bro. Actually, I read that already. I want to make them stick them peel. Dead Ops is in my genetics, though. You know it is. One of my grandchildren out there, man. Y'all be having good conversations in the comments, man. I'm NGL. I have a hard time culling off plants, even when I get something. Well, I mean, that's all right. I mean, it's not that easy for the grower. It's a transition. Growers naturally love their plants, so they want to keep all the ones, especially as they get better, especially when you're dealing with good genetics, right? They want to, but until you actually become a breeder, you realize you can't keep them all, right? And the ultimate, you got to make the sacrifice in the beginning in order, you're thinking for the future generations, right? So in the beginning, I understand as a breeder to make sacrifices in the beginning and remove anything that doesn't check my box. If you can't achieve what I need you to, then you just don't make the cut. And that's just the way of the world. That's just normal. That goes for when you're going for a job, when you're going for a relationship, when you're going for a date, when you're going for anything. You're trying to make it on a sports team, you're trying to, whatever. If you can't do the job, you don't make the cut. So I don't feel bad when I'm culling plants out. It's a part of my job. And it's a part of their job to do what I need so that future generations carry over those traits into even further generations. Got me some Molotov Mac and Hades Throne coming. Hope to work with them one day. Absolutely, man. Make sure you tap in with me if you do, man. We'll get you locked in. Breeder University, man. Damn, I grow circles around that guy. Stop the cap, yeah. Damn, I'm a poor stoner. I'm not poor, but I grow like don't waste money. Chill. I used to be a plant collector too, but the duds, thankfully, Zod told me to stop wasting my time with them. Now, if the plant doesn't give me what I want, it instantly cut down. And you got to understand, you doing your genetics a justice. Like you're not. Let me ask you this. Just think about it. And this is the way breeding works. Think about the cheetah. There's nearly 8,000 cheetahs left in the world, right? Used to be many more. Don't quote me on that. I think that's the number. 8,000, if I'm not mistaken. I try to keep up with a lot of endangered animals. I'm a real breeder. So I understand the work that needs to be done in order to bring cheetah population back. Imagine you had people that was doing a job that was responsible for the job of increasing the cheetah population and bringing it back up. And they was breeding any old cheetah, ones with bad hips, ones that had diseases, and they didn't care, but it was cute. It was like, oh, it's so pretty. It's a so pretty cheetah, but even though it has a genetically inheritable disease, I'm gonna still you got to get rid of it. You can't, because now you're putting the future generations at risk. So you got to understand that as a breeder, just because it looks good doesn't mean it's good for breeding. So, like I said, I still work with dead ops. I still stress test it to the day. It's always levels that we need to try to get to. It's always a level that we need to try to reach. Just because I know dead ops is doing really well in a harsh environment like Trinidad, I'm gonna continue to put it through the saturation of moisture and early stages of flower, all these stages to try to kill it, to try to make it die or make it powdery mildew, to try to cause issues. Naturally, I'm going to cause issues. Naturally, I'm going to kill the plant. I'm a plant killer. This is what I say. Naturally, that's going to happen. A lot of plants not going to make it. 95 out of 100 not going to make it. I know that. I'm doing this because I know that. Then I'm doing work that I know in my mind. Now I'm doing work that I know 100% of these plants not going to make it. Because last time I got what I got today out of just the 3 that made it out of 100. So now I'm dealing with super strong generations. Now, none of these plants going to make it. Now I'm going to plant 1,000. Look at that. I found one that made it. Put it to the side, clone it. It's always levels, man. Absolutely, Kurt. That's what I do. I'm not looking to grow plants. I'm looking to take them down. And if you make it, if you somehow make it, you're exceptionally well. You're exceptionally well. You are the specimen that I need to breed with. You come with the strength and resistance that none of these generations get. You like a diamond in the rough. Much love, upstate New York in the house. I got some property upstate New York in the Catskill area. Hancock, New York. Do-si-do. Here you go. You got a lot of strength. Listen, you might have to do that do-si times dead ops. Listen, I don't know. I don't know the lineage on do-si-do. You got to check it. You got to let me know. Do they complement each other? I don't know. They might. I don't know. You got to look at it on paper. If you want to take a look, let me know. Pull me to the side. We'll take a look at it together. Y'all posting any? Have y'all been posting any stuff in the highlights? Let's take a smoke break. Y'all ready for a smoke break, man? Let's take a smoke break, y'all.
I'm on a hunt
Roll
for
up.
the best, won't rest. Team Zaza in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us so you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence. For the fuck boys who thought they could test, yeah. Moment of silence. For the ones who fake flex and left the game a mess. Every seed got a story, every cross got a plan. We ain't guessing in the garden, we command the land. Pheno hunted through the mud with the nose and the eye. Not every plant makes the cut, and that's why we fly. This ain't pollen in the wind, this is legacy craft. This that late night note taking, do the math. From the roots to the fruit, we define what's next. So if they ain't about the ethics, then they getting on a hunt for the best, won't rest. Team Zaza in the lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess. You with us or you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence. For the fuck boys who thought they could test. They drop packs
What
with
up,
no
gang?
purpose. Sell dreams to the sheep, but we swim in the deep where the cut game steep. Talking terps, structure, resistance, and truth. We build lines for the future. They just chase youth. Clout don't cut clones. Hype don't pop beans. Only discipline and grind grow kings and queens. So salute to the real in the room with the light, and a warning to the loud. We the storm in the night. No shortcuts, no skips, no mast. Only passion, patience, and task. So if you see Team's eyes on the tag, just know it's real gas in that bag. I'm on a hunt for the best, won't
Yo, I'm
rest.
trying to low-key order some
Team's
food,
eyes
I ain't
in the
gonna lie.
lab, no flex, just reps. Breeding with ethics, not random mess.
random
You
mess.
with us, so you ain't get left like the rest. Moment of silence. For the fuck boys who thought they could test. Legacy for everybody. Some build it, some fake it. But Team Zaza, we breed, we breed.
Yeah. Hey, this that Team Zaza theme song, man. It's that Team Zaza theme song. I was trying to low-key order me some food real quick. Team Zaza, we breed. We breed. All right, let's look at it's getting warm in here. Let me fix my air conditioner. Hang on, man. It's getting warm in here, man. Ooh. Yeah, man. My AC be going on that eco mode, man. That eco mode, that should be again. Stop it. I'm building a wedding cake for PM resistance right now. There you go. That's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta build it yourself, dude. You gotta build it yourself. And along the way, you're gonna cull a lot of plants, dude. You're gonna cull a lot of plants. Even in dog breeding, bro, we had to cull dogs, right? You don't end them, right? Some people do, especially back in the day. But me, way more ethical with my practices, right? So I would be forced to fix them, get them neutered or spaded, and then that's the dogs that we would give away as pets, or try to find somebody to adopt them with adoption fee, But really, you can't really sell it. You can't sell it. Even then, right? You couldn't sell those dogs because they weren't. In some cases, you could. It's the same thing. This is how I learned how to sell seeds. How I can make how I learned how to sell seeds and populations based off how I did it with dogs, right? Some dogs you couldn't sell. Some dogs just wasn't, they might have bad hips, or they might have temperament issues, like they would, anger issues or aggression issues. You can't give that to somebody in their house, right? So ultimately, those type of dogs will have to go to either other breeders, or or they would have to go to like certain places that they can work and live, like a junkyard, and do security, or sometimes they will have to go to the vet and get put down. But some people put their own dogs down, euthanized dogs. But yeah, in most cases, it would have to be a dog that was still good, like it was still fit, like just in the seeds. Like you're gonna have populations that are good. You're gonna have populations that are good, but it doesn't necessarily fit your breeding program. That's the difference. Just because it's good doesn't mean it fits your breeding program. It's not the same. It could be frosty, it could be all of this good shit, but it's not what I'm creating. So because of that, that dog will still be able to get sold, or that dog, because it's still a good dog. It's just not what I'm creating. So that would be a dog. Same thing with the seeds. You end up with these populations, right? When you creating a strain, this is what people don't know too. That's why I always say the book knowledge that you're learning is different from the hands-on experience, because people think like, oh, I'm learning this shit, and now I'm gonna make this strain and breed it with this strain. And I'm gonna do so let's say they're gonna, I'm gonna take dead ops and breed it with Kush, and then I'm gonna take dead ops at the same time and breed it with skunk, right? And I'm like, nah, that's too much for you. And they're like, oh well, it's just 2 strains. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand that the hands-on experience, once you start doing this shit and applying what you learn, you're going to start collecting so many populations of just the same strain. So the outcross that you do, the dead ops times Kush, is going to you're going to end up having so many different versions, because you working it and you working to create your version. And a lot of those populations aren't going to fit your version. They may be good, like dead ops. Because dead ops is such a good strain, I end up with a lot of populations that I might not need or might not use for my breeding program. So they can be sold. Those are the ones that get sold, no matter what population it is. I don't put a name on it because there's no, it's really no concern of yours, because it's a throwaway. It's my throwaway, but it's a gem for you, because you don't know why I don't want it. You don't need to know why I don't want it, because that's based on my creation, right? I'm creating my version of dead ops. You could go buy dead ops, whatever generation I give you, and you could breed them together to make F2s, and then you can start making your own version. That's what they're doing in Australia. That's what SK is doing right now. That's what, that's the goal. That's how we get these different chapters of dead ops. South Africa chapter, Australia chapter, Trinidad chapter, based on the environment, based on me teaching my students how to breed dead ops specific to their environment, and also guiding them to create their own strain along the way. Breeding University, you will have opportunities to create your own strain along the way. Fast finisher always helps. Fast finisher always helps. And I keep asking y'all, have y'all started? Hold on, let me order my food real quick. What y'all ate for dinner? Put it in the chat. What y'all ate for dinner? I want to know. Tell me, chat. What y'all ate, fool? You see? Turkey taco pasta. Damn. That's how you feeling? I had a fish sandwich last night from McDonald's. I'm thinking about getting Big Mac, chicken fingers, or because they got the deal right now. Should I get, you know what? I think I'm going to get, I don't really want a Big Mac. I kind of want a fish sandwich. I want a fish sandwich. Loaded fries. Hold on, man. Doc Seafood. Culver's. Subway. Bacon burger with ranch and ketchup. Steak and eggs. Chicken. Double bacon cheeseburger. Chicken cutlet. Can't go without chicken fingers. I love chicken fingers. I'm very picky with my chicken fingers, though. I love chicken fingers as a kid, but I am very picky about them. Like, I don't eat them from everywhere. I think I want a cheeseburger Happy Meal, to be honest. I think I want a cheeseburger Happy Meal, chat. I'm going to go with a cheeseburger Happy Meal and definitely want a little McDonald's toy. Definitely going with a large set of sweet tea. I kind of don't want a Big Mac, but I really don't want nuggets either. I think I might go with nuggets, chat. Thank you for bearing with me while I get to order my food, because many times I do this show and I don't get a chance to eat because, you know, I'm just doing this. I really didn't like it. I want barbecue sauce. How about sweet and sour? Kind of been on honey mustard for a minute. We'll do honey mustard. Let's do it. Pause. Looking good, chat. Food is looking like it might be on the way. Well, actually, I forgot what I ordered already. Let me look. All right, I got a Happy Meal and a 10-piece nugget. Yeah. Yo, W's in the chat for letting me take a break to eat my. Oh, no, hell no. There's only 35 of y'all. It was 42 people. When people didn't want to wait, man. Crash out. So we crash out on them. They didn't want to wait. They were like, man, this dude got his head down, man. Talk knowledge now. Give me knowledge. I'm like, damn, chill. trying to order some nuggets, fool. Like, man, yo, nuggets, homie, give us knowledge. W food, man. That's what I'm talking about, Observer. Even though it's not healthy food, still, all food is good food. We got to finish our first week of school. I think I got economics class this session. Economics and something else, I forget. Technology. This is my first time having a tech course, so we got this stupid though. It's like a dumb tech course. It's all gonna be like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and all that. Like, man, this ain't no tech course. But that's the next sessions, man. We started last week, so I got to do my homework tomorrow. Shout out to you if you are a current student in Breeder University, a pre-student, our founding students, our alumni students, as we call them. If you are an alumni student currently taking the course, then hopefully you got your grades lined up this week. All your assignments are in. You got until tomorrow to get your essay in, your quiz. Hopefully you already posted your initial weekly discussion post on Wednesday. So you have until tomorrow to post your response posted to 2 of your classmates. And I hope you got that done, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all coming back in? Share the live. Get the people who left out of here. We have 42. You know, we're not the biggest, most lit channel. You know why? I'll be honest with you. They're probably like, well, damn, Za, why you only got 5,000 on YouTube? Why you don't get so many people coming in? Hundreds. All the other people got 500 people, all this shit, right? First of all, I do a lot of shit. I don't just do this. A lot of them, that's really just all they be doing. Second, we got companies that push the big people, right? I ain't gonna call them big people, but the bigger channels and the companies push them. They're gonna push who they can control when it comes to like telling them what to, I'm a business major, right? Me and companies don't deal the same. Like shout out to AC Infinity. Like I'm sponsored with AC Infinity. My relationship with AC Infinity is not the same with somebody else, right? Because my company, my relationship with companies are based on my business knowledge and experience. And I'm a 3.8 business major. So I step finely when it comes to business. So you got to understand that a lot of people tend to get pushed by the companies because they more so are gonna do what the company, promote for free and market for free and all of this stuff that I won't do. I don't promote and market companies for free. But shout out to AC Infinity. Make sure you use code Team Zaza at checkout. When you use code Team Zaza, it helps me get a discount. I mean, it helps you get a discount and it helps me earn a commission. So I make a couple dollars. When you use code Team Zaza and you buy something, I make a couple dollars. So I'm with that. But anything else needs to be written down on paper. That's how we do. That's just business stuff. So that's a lot of times why you see and then I do a lot of shit. We building a school right now. We operate at a higher frequency. One day I would hope to be able to sit down and consistently just do something, that I love. And just do that, whatever it is that I love, and just do that. But it would probably have something to do with teaching, right? That's really what I am, a teacher. So that's why we're building a school. And hopefully the sponsors want to get in where they, they want to get in where they fit in, right? It'll be in their best interest to get down with what I build. It's not necessarily, oh, can I be down with what you doing? Nah, that's never how I operate, or where I'm always like, let me build value on what I'm doing. As long as you build value on what you're doing, people will always find interest in you, especially if you're working in the same sector or area. Remember that. It's never about, oh man, if you find interest, it's always okay to find interest and inspiration in other people, in companies and brands and all of that, and say, damn, I love what they're doing. It's always okay. But if you want to work with those people and be taken seriously, all you got to do is build yourself up so much that they have no choice. It's in their best interest to work with you. That's all you got to do. You want some Chinese food? I do enjoy. Chinese food is tricky, man. You gotta get it from the right place, though, man. You just can't get it from anywhere. How would you know when to stop your pheno hunt after your first cross? And all right, educational moment. How would you know when to stop your first? Hold on. How would you know when to stop your pheno hunt after your first cross, and you haven't found what you're looking for, or you haven't found what you're looking for? How long would you keep popping seeds? So, what is it that you're looking for? That's the first question. What's your goal? That's what you gotta ask yourself that first. What's my goal? What do I want to accomplish with this strain? And what am I looking for? Excuse me. What am I looking for? And that's going to determine what you need to do. But as far as when you need to stop, there is no stopping. I mean, if you haven't accomplished your goal yet, if you haven't found what you are looking for, like you say, there is no stopping. You just keep looking. But ultimately, that's why the question goes back to, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What is it you're looking for? What is it that you can't find? Maybe I can help you find it. You ever have drinks go down the wrong pipe? There you go, Kurt. So you find what you're looking for. Good answer. I can't remember the last time I ate out. Food I cooked be too good. And I used the fresh herbs from my garden so far. That's what's up, man. You store those seeds you crossed. If you're uncertain, you know, eyes are burning. That's a good topic too. Storing seeds. I think that's gonna be my next video. Matter of fact, tomorrow we're gonna do that video. Seed storing, how to properly store seeds, because people have been throwing around that storing in the refrigerator when it's really unnecessary. Freezer and refrigerator is really unnecessary unless you are planning for real long-term storage, years. If you're planning to store for years, then you want to use the freezer or the refrigerator. But you got to be very careful, because now you're dealing with temperature and humidity. So when you're playing with temperature and humidity, you're playing with dormant and germination. So there's a balance in there that you got to be well aware of and conscious of, and knowing how to balance that. You got to be very careful when you're dealing with freezer and refrigerator. You just be saying shit, Doug. I don't even know if you be, and it's crazy. The only reason I remember you is because this ain't the first time you was here just saying a whole bunch of random shit. I don't mind. It's not nothing. Don't bother me. It's just random. It's just the way it's just what you're remembered for. You understand? Is that what you want to be remembered for? That's what I remember you for. Like, I wouldn't have remembered you until you started saying a whole bunch of random shit. And I'm like, oh, I remember dude was saying a whole bunch of shit last time and kind of got a little on the fence. Mods is ready to take him out type shit. And I'm like, He's probably just drunk. Yeah, you do come off drunk. I see Bearded asked you earlier, like, yeah, you been drinking or something, man? Because we remember you from last time for the same sort of behavior. If this was a classroom, you would be my class clown. You would be my class clown. And I wouldn't allow it to bother me until you disrupted my classroom. But no, if it didn't disrupt the lesson, then it wouldn't bother me. Yeah, everybody's giving you good advice as far as what to do during your pheno hunt. I'm just asking in general, so I have a list of, let's say, 5 things, and you can't seem to get many of those things crossed off the list. After how long before you say maybe this isn't it and breed to a different male or female? Okay. So this is the thing. In most cases, you would have done the research beforehand, before choose. That's why the most important research you're going to do is choosing those 2 parents. Hopefully you had a reason behind why you chose them. That's like if you chose dead ops, you're going to get what you're looking for. You're going to get what you bought, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's not like you just got 2 random strains that popped up in front of you, and now you hoping to get this, and this out of them. You really just need to do the research and pick 2 strains that you know about, have an idea of the type of traits that'll pass down into the offspring based on both parents. That's how you want to start. And if you do that, then you'll have what you're looking for. There's no question. You said beer, but girl, I'm the class clown. I'm on topic. PM issues. Yeah, no, that's cool. We was talking PM issues, man. There you go. Good point, observer. You can't get there was to begin with. We got to know what we're dealing with, right? It's almost like that question only applies to if you didn't know what you was working with to begin with. Like if you had some sort of mystery strains, and then you like, what if I can't find something good out of these? It's not like that. It's like you are going to do major research to pick 2 really good parents, and then you'll know what to expect from the offspring. And then once you start to inbreed, recessive traits will start to pop up that you may not have been aware of unless you did really good research on the pedigree and were familiar with some of the ancestors in the pedigree. Yeah. Yeah, you will find what you're looking for if you did research. You absolutely will. In between sheds, low light, damp ground. Oh, that's where you're growing, in between the shed? Why not inside the shed? You don't got no room in there? Yeah, AJ, good point. Mozart, join Breeder University, AJ. Make sure you apply and join student orientation July 14th, 9 p.m. in the Discord auditorium, man. Make sure you are there. Or actually, might be the Breeders Lounge or the Smoke Lounge. Yeah, you'll definitely benefit. Let me get you that genetic list when I'm done. That's what yeah. We'll get. I just need the parent. I'll find the lineage. Just give me the other parent that you use for dead-eyes. If you want something, say, fruity in taste, pick 2 strains known for taste. Absolutely, observer. It's all about doing your research on it, knowing, and make sure that you do enough research to know that you're not picking strains that express undesirable traits, hermaphrodite tendencies, stunted growth, bad reputation for whatever, powdery mildew, susceptible to pets, susceptible to mold. right? Don't pick those strains because they got a hype name. Oh, this is blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Who's the breeder? I need to know who's the breeder. I don't want to know about the name of the strain. That's not good enough for me. That doesn't help me. That doesn't tell me this is breed quality genetics. This is top quality. I need top quality in order to start my project. Otherwise, I won't. This already takes too much time. You don't just pick anything, man. You always think about it with your dogs at home, man. Right? Some of you, if I was a duck hunter, you think a duck hunter is just going to go to a random pound to find any old dog that's going to retrieve the ducks for him? No. You think a duck hunter is going to go any old Labrador retriever off Craigslist or off any old web? No, he's not. Absolutely not. If he wants to take this seriously and wants to be competitive in sport level, in competitive sport level, he needs to take it seriously. That means he needs to do his research. And the first thing he needs to research is breeders and finding reputable, responsible breeders who breed dogs specifically for the traits that they're good at. And that's what you need to do as well. You need to do the same. You remember playing Duck Hunt? It wasn't Duck Hunter. It was Duck Hunt. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack. That game was crazy, my boy. Roll up. I'm trying to get high. You know, I'm smoking Fonto. Big Fonto, my boy. Listen, man. 36 in the chat. We need. I feel like that 42 came back for a second. Why they keep dipping in and out? What they waiting for? A giveaway? What y'all waiting for? A giveaway? Let me. We are supposed to give away this. We're supposed to do something with this. I got a couple things. I think we're gonna do the first. We were supposed to give away this AC Infinity AI. I got a couple things though. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but we got a couple things that we got to the side for Breeder University launch. We're gonna do something for the orientation. We might have some raffles. We definitely gonna have some giveaways. I just don't know which prize we're doing with what. So we'll have a couple raffles, a couple giveaways. We got AI controllers. We got the professional pH meter kit. We got shit. I'm chopping up this Fonto real quick, man. We need to get ready to get this smoke going, man. You heard me? Yeah. Y'all been posting y'all highlights in the Discord? Y'all in the Discord? Because y'all need to be a part of the Discord. I know that's a fact. Y'all need to be a part of this Discord if you're not. Because this is the community. Let me tell you, I'm always in the smoke lounge chilling, voice channeled up. So much that I never see it's a whole community outside of the smoke lounge. Y'all be talking in the general chats and all that. Shout out to y'all. I'm in the smoke lounge all the time. You can catch me in it, but I don't be in them chats talking and chatting and shit. But I be seeing people going in the chats, talking to me in the chats while I be in the voice lounge. I'm like, dude, just hop over to the voice lounge, holler at me. You dig? It's been an awesome episode, man. It's always good when I'm hanging with y'all, man. It's always good when I'm hanging with the gang, man, on Hood, man. It's always good when I'm hanging with the gang, man. I'm Much love, Grant. All the way from New Zealand, man, to New Jersey, man. That's my brother from another mother. Shout out to my dog, man. Yeah, we're going to get this AC Infinity AI controller out. It's going to be an international win. We're going to do a raffle for the, we're going to pick. So put it like this. One will be a raffle and one will be a giveaway. One will be a raffle, one will be a giveaway. We're going to do it next week. What's the face ain't been here? 703 ain't been here. That's why I didn't do it last time. I was going to do the AI controller, but I'm like, shit, I got the other thing too. Let me show you. This shit right here. Brand new. In the box. Also got this. Brand new. In the box. Feel me? So that's what we doing, man. This old shit. Old shit. I've been had that. I've been had that shit for over a year. I done had so much shit I had to tell them to stop. I got 10. I wish I can give it. My girl opened it because it was small. My girl opened it. I would have gave it away, bro. If she would have never opened it, but she opened it because it was small and cute. You're like, oh, it's cute. I want to make it. And she wanted to build it, but then she realized it was not the same as the big tent. So it was like a little complicated little tent. But it's weird to ship it because it's already. See what I'm saying? That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would have gave that joint away, man. So you see why companies is not jumping in line to try to push us. See what I'm saying? Because we ain't pushing them. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way. We more like an independent artist. You feel me? That sell trunks out the CD. You're like, versus somebody who signed to Atlantic Records and got the push of the record label. Record label always sending them on tour. Over here, the only way we go on tour is if we sell CDs out the trunk, make the money, and create a budget to travel on our own from car to car and still sell CDs out the trunk every spot we hit. Because we building everything on our own. Ain't no push from the big companies and ain't with none of that. We don't need that. We do this shit for real. Only why in the beginning we realized our mission was different than everybody else. We really educators. We really teachers out here. So the crowd ain't going to be the same. Everybody can't sit at this table. I'm not trying to sit at other people's table. They know that. Since the beginning, since I walked in the door, I've never been looking to sit at nobody's table. I build my own table, and they welcome to come through if it's beneficial. If it's strategic and it's beneficial, you welcome to come hang out over here. But other than that, nah, you won't see me other than, really doing all that extra shit. We build our own table, our own community, our own everything, our own platform, our own everything. We got our own lane. Even the YouTube content is my own. They can try to act like come out. You see these fake ass breeders, these growers that been around for however long they've been around with nothing but growing content on their channel, and all of a sudden they copy my shit and start making breeding, and all of a sudden they are breeding. They want to make fake arguments with me. Like, bro, stop. You're not a breeder, bro. None of y'all are breeders. But you can go to Breeder University if you want to get your clout up. There's only one lane for this breeding plant education, And that's ZazaGenetics.com, Team Zaza, and Team Zaza YouTube, man. That's the only place. It's monetized. YouTube said it, not me. They said we the only real educational platform when it comes to talking about this weed shit. With that said, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. Show some love, man. Show some support, man. Hit that like button, man. We're on a journey to change the game. We started a long time ago through quality, community, and education. It was a mission to bring quality to this community through education, and we've been doing it ever since. People been more inclined. People been wanting better and wanting more. Thanks to y'all. Keep pushing the agenda. Keep being great. Keep learning. Keep demanding more. Keep learning more, because the more that you learn, I tell you, it only takes a little bit for you to learn more than your favorite breeder. You only need a little bit of breeding knowledge to know more than your favorite breeder. So then you can start asking them the tough questions. And if you got the breeding knowledge and they don't got the breeding knowledge, they don't got no business selling seeds, man. What is this type of... Oh, that's Twitch doing that? John Lindsay! Is there a combination of back cross and F3, F5, and self that brings out unicorns? And oh, gosh. This question is all over the place. Hold on. This question is all over the place. Lindsay, you just making it, huh? Seeing you on CLTV stream. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Too Long trying to put him out there. Too Long trying to put him out there. He said, I seen you on CLTV stream. Yeah, that's all. Much love to John, though, man. John, listen, one thing about us, ain't nobody got content like this. So we encourage everybody to, try all of the different content and educational channels and check them out, man. You can learn something from everywhere. But when we talking breeding, there's only one place. They can't teach you breeding. I don't give a fuck what their name is. They can't teach you breeding, because if they can say anything out their mouth, they learned it from me. They ask the questions. I answer them. There's a difference when it comes to this shit. When it comes to this breeding shit, it's a difference. So let's answer your question. I'm just trying to roll up real quick because it's a lot. There's a lot of layers to your question. I'm gonna actually light that in. I'm gonna have to light that in. All right. Mike said, is there a combination of backcross and F3, F5, and self that brings out unicorns and other formulas for specific? Man, I'm gonna be honest, Mike, you lost me, man. I don't understand the foundation of your question. So I'm not even sure how to answer your question. So, all right, so we wouldn't do any combination of back crossing and F3 and F5. First of all, why we pick the number F3 and why we pick the number F5 specifically, right? Second, there's no combination of any of those things, self-in, F3, F5, all these things that can be used to just create something specific, right? So when you say a unicorn, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a unicorn is. I don't know. A unicorn could be good or bad. So let's put it like this. Breeding mechanics is much more structured than that. Than what your question is kind of all over the place, and breeding doesn't work like that. So you what are you trying to accomplish? Let's start there. He said, no. You know, John is John is one of the founding members of this thing, man. You know, John being there first place, John being that's one of my guys. That's family right there. He be in the chat dedicated. Just posted my dead ops in Discord, indoor grows. Zaza, check it out. All right, let's all check it out. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's really you got to join Breeder University, man. We got to get you straight, Mike Billy. That question is not really answerable. Kind of, I don't know how to even respond to say it without being rude. Like, I don't want to be like, yeah, your question don't make sense. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but that's kind of where we at with it, man. It don't really make much sense, man. All right, so let's look at what we're looking at. Indoor grows. All right, so do we go to the bottom or the top? Let's see the dates. 26. All right, so this is the 23rd. All right, we're going to go down. 25th. So we got Mozart posted on the 25th. Beautiful, man. Five Skin always posted some fire. You got a reversal there. All right. Pop quiz question. How do I know this is a reversal? How do I know this is a reversal? First correct answer wins 5 points. 5 points? The fuck am I doing 5 points, man? What the fuck are points for, man? Chill. How do I know that that's a reversal? All right, PFW, elaborate a little bit more. You warm. You the closest. When we talk about herms, all right, so first of all, what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? That's my first question to you. What are we looking at? Let's get the first correct answer going. None of y'all give me a correct answer. What are we looking at there? What is that? No, Mike, all good, man. Thank you, Justin. First correct answer. It's a herm. It's a herm. It's a herm. Good job, Justin. That is a hermaphrodite. Now, So, Mozart, also correct. Also correct. We do see seed pods as well. See some seed pods in it as well. What type of herm is that? What type of herm is this? Can we zoom in? Can we zoom in more? So let's go. Let's get the conversation going. Somebody said it's a herm. Mozart said no. Are we all agreeing that it's a herm? Zoom in. What type of herm is it? All right, so who was that in the beginning? Justin. Is it in fact a herm or is it just a pregnant female? Justin said balls out. Mozart said seed pods. Or is it both? Where will we find both at? You would only find both in a reversal, right? A reversal. Is this a reversal? Do we see if this was a reversal, it would be a herm. But in order for it to be a herm, it would have to have pollen sacs and pistils in the same area, bundled up, sort of like what we see here. Can we identify any pollen sacs or nanners in this photo? I'm high as hell too, y'all. I'm hot. All right, let me keep going. Now that looks like looks like probably a red a reverse female. It's a reverse female. Because the pollen sacs could just be, I mean, that would have to be it's just the way the seed, it's like I don't know. It could be irregular because I don't see no, technically I don't see no nanners, but the way the seed pods is positioned is like she pollinated herself. That's what it looks like to me, like it pollinated herself. I could be wrong though, because I truthfully I don't identify no. It did appear to be a herm to me at first, but when I look at it closely, I really don't. But I would think this plant pollinated herself. That would be my guess. You definitely see some big ass seeds in it, and then the pistils are so young, right? Look how young the pistils are with such big seed development. Beautiful picture though. Yeah, you got 3 types of herms. A natural herm, which will show balls separate from female parts. Then you got a stress-induced herm, which will show a cluster of nanners of banana-like or, those, nanners, what we call them, in a cluster. And that will generally be hidden inside the buds. So it's different from a natural herm that shows balls in like the corners or and pistils. This will actually show, a stress-induced will show nanners inside the buds, typically hidden. And then a reversal will show pollen sacs and pistils in the same exact place in a cluster. So that's how you identify. That's why I asked in the beginning. I was really asking what y'all seen because I wasn't sure what I was looking at. So when Justin said a herm, I was like, yeah, that's what I think it is too. I think it's a herm. A reversed herm, no, not a natural. 420 scene. Shout out to 420 scene, man. Look like he got some vegetables growing. He looked like he was discouraged, man. I seen him post earlier saying, hey, man, I'm leaving Instagram. Everybody's being mean to me and saying I can't grow. I'm like, dude, you got 100,000 on YouTube. Why the fuck do you care what these people is saying? Shout out to 420 though, man. I tried to encourage him. I said, come and be an instructor at Breeder University, man. You got a lot of good knowledge. A lot of many people have, learned from you, new growers. And so don't let people discourage you, man. A lot of people probably want to be in a position that you in. You got 100,000. I got 5,000. You don't care about what nobody say. Do what you came here to do. Shout out to him, man. Hopefully he continues on with his journey and don't fold under the pressure of what other people got to say. This is Panero rocking some soil. Little drip system or something. Oh no, is that that's a probe. AC Infinity probe. Got the plants trained. Looking good, man. Oh, that's 420 scene too. My fault. It's 420 scene. See, you got a nice grow using those cow cups, those cow manure pots. They good too. You just got to bury them deep enough. You got to bury them a little deeper. Good job, though. That's nice, 420. And there you go. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Shout out to 420 Scenes, man. Y'all go check his YouTube channel. He got a lot on YouTube, man. He's been around for a long time, man. Yeah, exactly, Bearded. That's what I was saying. I didn't see any pollen sacs anyway. It was just the position of the sacs looked like it was a reversal. How they were all clustered up like that. So typically, and it's probably because the buds being so young. This is a nice plant right here, though. Look at that. It's nice, man. Shout out to 420 Grows, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Look, yeah, you got a whole bunch of shit, man. You doing your thing, man. Don't let the people discourage you, dude. You got nice grows, man. And you got 100,000 on YouTube. Man, let me get that 100. The fuck? Show you what to do with that shit. Oh, I'll show you what to do with that. Huh? Look at John coming up. John Lindsay, what up, John? We got a whole bunch of 5-gallon pots. What is that back there, John? Looks like a radio. Oh, a nug smasher. Oh, that slaps. It's sitting on something. Humidifier. Something. Good job. It's a nice grill, too. 5 skin coming through. Lemon cheese quake. Pokemon. What's the name of that Pokemon, y'all? Oh, it was a wild Otis. It ran. It's starting to get loud in there. That's a big ass tent. I ain't gonna lie. BMW. Nice, man. Yeah, I don't see any nanas anywhere. It looks like a pollinated female. Yeah, man. Can't wait to see you there, homie girls. I'm so in love with this 3-finger leaf. Almost 75% of the leaves look like this. A nice blend of the single finger and regular 7-finger parents are bred. I want to keep this unique look. Cool. Good job, man. Something that it's always good to have an objective to go after when you're breeding, man. A reason to get your hands on experience that you need. And then defoliating that huge plant. Good job, 5 skin. Looking good, man. Craft Organics coming through with a banger. Craft Organics with some pretty plants coming through. Y'all love getting them nighttime shots. There you go. I feel like your camera's not focused. Is it? I feel like you got the. That's a nice one. Like you got good concept. Which, yeah. See, I see what you're trying to do, but your camera is out of focus a little bit. Beautiful pictures though. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Ooh, nasty. This is nasty here. Oh, that's nasty. Oof. These some pretty plants here. Damn. Chunky monkey. Beautiful, beautiful, man. Crap is just coming through with all the shit, huh? I see you, man. Panero with a cup. Little transplant going. Breaking up the roots a little bit. Oh no, he's taking off the cup thingy. Yeah, I like to see those. I would like to see those roots get a little loosened up, free up the roots a little bit. Yeah. Free up those roots and give them a little bit of mycorrhiza. I would like that. I would like to see that. That's a good looking little pot though. Same thing will happen. There's another one. Oh, it's a different one. There you go. Those are auto flowers. Those probably don't want to disrupt the roots too much. But I wouldn't transplant them if they autos. Are they photos? Are they photos? Having them in bud cups. Bud cup. I don't know what a bud cup is. Oh, it's something that helps you. Oh. Oh, is that what you're doing? Are you promoting some sort of product? Are you running commercials on my shit, man? You running commercials, man? What you doing, man? I don't know these people, man. They ain't pay for no advertising time. You ran that motherfucking commercial about 4 times back to back, too, man. Until I seen the fucking pattern and what was happening. By then, it was already too late. You promoted the shit out of them peoples. I hope you're getting a commission for that little product. What you got here, man? What you promoting here, man? You just promoting all type of shit. Hey, listen, man. I'm not affiliated in none of the companies you see in this shit. You know, I don't promote none of the companies. I ain't doing that. We ain't come up with no deals. We ain't doing no contracts. You understand me? So let's just put that out there. What is this? What's all this promotional shit you got going on, man? All your pictures got all these promotional shits and shout outs on them and all this shit. Nah, we ain't doing that. You gotta pay, man. I'm gonna start having to screen y'all shit now. You know, this type of shit wasn't popping up before, I'm gonna tell you that. At first, we was just getting regular pictures and videos. We 5 minutes in. It's time to go anyway, man. Love y'all, man. Much love, man. Don't be free promoting no free shit on my shit, man. I don't fuck with none of them people you up there promote. I don't know them people now. Half of them I don't know, the other half I don't fuck with. Don't promote that shit up here. Much love, man. I appreciate y'all. What's wrong with them, man? Love y'all. And catch y'all next week, man. Observer. Catch y'all next week, gang.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, you heard me?
Yeah, you know it.
Turn up the leaf blower and the lawnmower. He smoked the sour. Should've been a hippie. Should've been a shower. Bread with no dread. Black cop.
Another thing, don't forget to join the Discord.